Hi world, it's about 10:45 in the morning on the 5th of January 2017. I'm away at the moment on a bit of a retreat. I'll be back properly doing readings from the 11th onwards, but can't resist doing videos at the moment. There's so much going on. Spectacular skies last night. Saw Venus and the moon with Mars halfway in between it, and if you've got a really good telescope, then look at Mars tonight. By tonight it'll be about 30% of the way from Venus to the moon. Right next to Mars you'll see a faint blue blur, and that's Neptune. And then up really early this morning around 4 a.m. And at dawn, and what do I see but Jupiter resplendent in the sky. So we've got a spectacular night show out there at the moment. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to look at some of the big aspects that are going on over the coming few months, and the first one I want to look at is the weirdest one. Saturn in the sky now starting a 9-month square to Chiron. How do I want to explain this? There's no textbooks on transits to Chiron, so I have to just wing it using my own understanding of Chiron in people's charts. Firstly, Chiron has a 51-year orbit, and I'm seriously beginning to reassess and reconsider the Chiron return, because it's becoming more and more my opinion that people do change at 51 years old. That they've been through the mill a few times, they've had their experiences in life. And I always tell my clients that life begins at 40, and then when they get to 50, I tell them that I lied and that life actually begins at 50. And I'm seriously thinking now that life begins at 51, because that's the Chiron return. And if you need evidence of this, then all those people who are in their very early 50s with Chiron in Pisces will know what I'm talking about. But just in this last few weeks, just since the end of December, Saturn in Sagittarius, in the last 10 degrees of Sagittarius, has begun a 9-month square to Chiron. Chiron in Pisces is a generational influence. It's there for 8 years. So you can't say that someone with Chiron in Pisces is going to behave in a certain way. Chiron in houses, yes you can, but not Chiron in signs. But Saturn squaring Chiron, Saturn coming from Sagittarius, the sign of truth, justice, belief, philosophy, religion, higher education, travel. All of the things that affect the higher mind. Saturn in Sagittarius is challenging us to collectively and individually to walk our talk, to live life according to our own beliefs and philosophies. Thing is, a lot of us, whether deliberately or unconsciously, and the majority of us do it unconsciously, we do go through periods of self-sabotage, where we let other people use ourselves as a springboard for their success, and we don't even say thanks, let alone take him with them, where we bend over backwards to be what we think other people want us to be, just so that we feel accepted or included. Chiron is a master at self-sabotage. It's the epitome of shooting oneself in the foot. Not only sacrificing oneself for others, but conniving with others so that one feels accepted in the outside world. Saturn squaring Chiron now for the next 9 months is really testing us, both collectively and individually. Will we continue to accede to other people's desires and wishes so that we feel included, or will we stand up for what we know to be truth and justice in the face of differentiating majority public opinion? By stating this, it sounds as if I'm saying that the majority of public opinion is wrong, and I wouldn't go that far, because obviously that would exclude me, and I don't want to do that. But it does seem that the media, the governments, the social media, and the spin that's put on the world at the moment is indoctrinating most of humanity into eating the processed food, buying into the hype and spin of a political game, obeying what the corporates say, living life on Facebook and on our mobile phones all the time. And this is not the real world. It's really not. I realise that to many of you it is. But to me, it's not, and from an astrological viewpoint, it does seem that humanity is rapidly losing touch with its roots. Now Saturn is squaring Chiron. Perhaps this is the start of a readjustment of reaching for more higher moral, more higher ethical reasons for living our lives. I, for one, hope so. And I really like Saturn in Sagittarius this time round. And I think that with its square to Chiron, potentially we're going to wake up and smell the coffee and go, actually, I don't need to behave like this anymore. Lecture over, folks. Catch you later. Bye.